Welcome back to Just Us Bros podcast. And after 15 years, Green Lantern has returned to our screens, this time played by Kyle Chandler. As always, I'm Hokey Joker.
I'm currently John Stewart.
And the original Green Lantern.
And guys, I know we were really hyped 15 years ago for Ryan Reynolds playing Green Lantern, but we got to throw it to what's your first initial reaction to the expert himself, Green Lantern? First two episodes, how you feeling?
I'm enjoying it so far. First episode was laying the grounds. Uh, Not a lot happened, but also a lot happened. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
it
then
does.
the second episode literally kind of picked up from that, and for me, it just went shh the entire episode,
Like a test pilot.
like a test pilot. But first impressions, I like it. I like Kyle Chandler's what do you call it?
Characterization of Hal Jordan.
I was gonna say jackassery, but
Okay. but
but
it,
yeah, I like him. John, feel like we're still we haven't had a chance to see him shine yet. Um, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Sean, was that
Hmm.
intentional?
Hmm.
Pretty much the same thing. And again, I did this by myself today. I'm a big boy. I put these in by myself. They didn't shove them in my eyes. But almost the same sentiments. First episode was slow, but it built a lot of um story for me. And the way the first episode ended, I was like, Jesus, man, I need to get to this next episode, this whole season. I was hyped. I was hyped for the show. And then after the first episode, I was like, okay, I like where this is going. I like how the story is being told, and I was hooked. And then the second episode, as an actual comic book fan, like I was like almost holy shit, like beats after beats after beats. I was looking at stuff and thinking Easter eggs. This is foreshadowing this. This is foreshadowing. I almost had to pause the second episode and be like, I need to take a breath because I think this is giving us a lot, but it's not too much, but it's just the perfect amount of stuff. And I was by the end of episode two, I was again like, I need to watch this show. Like this is the first time I think I've actually seen a weekly episodic show where I'm like, I kind of can't wait for the next episode. I mean, I've
Yeah.
I've watched other shows and I'm like, okay, cool. Next episode's coming out. I'll remember, it comes out Sunday this time. But
But you make it a point to like, I need to be on my couch at 9.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I haven't had a show like that in years. I can't remember the last show. Probably when Arrow was still in its prime
Yeah.
was the last time.
That actually, I think that's actually what it took me back to was like the Arrowverse starting out because I came into it. You guys came into it when Flash came on, and but that entire like decade of stuff that was good shit for us.
I mean, I definitely agree with you guys. Like, I was so pumped for it. And then, and then the other night's episode 2, I was like, we're not watching anything beforehand. We're going to sit here and like wait for 9 o'clock and then I'm going to hit play. I don't want to wait. Like that. That's how bad it got. Um, but it's also like, it's igniting the fun of me, like Easter egg, Easter egg, Easter egg. And I'm enjoying it so much. And then afterward episode, my girlfriend was like, I don't understand. I'm like, we'll see. And then I was like, there's Green Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns, like going down the whole thing. So I'm loving it so far. But I think one of the biggest things that people are talking about now is the relationship between Hal Jordan and John Stewart. I, I'm good with it. I mean, we know what the context is going to be, but I'm, GL, what's your opinion on it?
I'm not a fan of it so far. I mean, I get where they're going with it. So they're going with the Hal's the veteran. He's been doing it for what 20 years at the point that we come into the show and he's with John. Um, so get that he's the veteran. He's training his replacement. He doesn't really want to retire. So he's feeling like insecure that he's going to be kicked out, whatever. He doesn't want to train his replacement. So I get it, but he's kind of being more of a dick than he needs to be to John Stewart, who but again, if you look back in the comics, I I'm thinking of that one scene where like John Stewart's over top of Hal and he's like, I'm your replacement. So it is uh kind of off to a rocky start, but it is comic accurate. I just I'm so used to the Hal and John getting along like in different other
Yeah.
different versions that we've seen them in that and in the ongoing comics and everything, they get along. Like those two are out of all the ones that get along together, those two get along pretty well. So I'm on the fence with that. I'm feeling like it's going to get better. I'm feeling like John's going to have his moments, prove himself. He's going to earn Hal's respect. Not that he needs it, but I think that's going to be full circle. And by the end of it, Hal's going to want him to be his replacement.
Hmm.
At least I hope that's how it is. I
Yeah.
hope that's how it is.
So for their dynamic, I like like JL said, it is comic accurate. I don't mind that they're seemingly butting heads a little bit more than I think we would want. But also I think that attributes to Hal being in this position for what, almost 30, 40 years now. He started in 86. So about 30 years. And I think he's seen some stuff and seen some things that's kind of make that makes him, hardened, and literally his spark is not as sparky as it should be. Like I mean, you can tell in the his suit how it kind of looks faded green, and I think that's a reflection of how he's kind of feeling now. Maybe because of all the things he's seen, but also maybe because he's even questioning some things too. Like we'll talk about that more in episode 2, but their dynamic, I don't hate it, but as Gio said, I think by the end of their story in 2016, I think they will be good buds.
And I think that raises a good point because going into it, watching the first episode, I'm like, I'm wondering how this is going to relate to the DCU as a whole. I'm so glad they're like it's 2016, 10 years before Superman, roughly, which I'm glad they did that. And this is an interesting take on the story, at least in episode 1, is, and I feel like I'm getting a lot of this on my streaming services. Green Lantern's famously an intergalactic cop, for lack of a better word. A lot of his adventures are out in space, but this is in Nebraska. It's country, it's rural, it feels like Yellowstone a little bit, it feels like Landman a little bit. So I'm
Kind of like
appreciating
True
the take
Detective
on,
too.
yeah, and True Detective, yeah, but just that setting of like it feels like a Taylor Sheridan TV show, a little bit. But what do we think of the lack of constructs? Because there's been what, 4 that I can think of: bottle opener, bird, $20 bill, and like the shield that prevents the nuke.
Well, also
So,
the bubble wrap, but we didn't
it,
see it as sharply.
yeah.
But I think it comes down to budget. I think they're going to be saving more of the constructs for hopefully for later in the series.
Oh
But yeah,
gosh.
I would like to see more. But from what we're getting, it's I guess it's fine for the first 2 episodes, but like you're saying, I think we need to see a little bit more
I
sooner.
did love how he like made the $20 bill, put it in the juice box. He's like, you made a $20 bill. This is a weapon. You just made a $20 bill out of it. Which,
Yeah, I was gonna say I think even though they joked about it, they are trying to treat it like a cop has their gun. You don't pull the gun unless you're ready to use it. I think they're treating the ring like a weapon, like you don't pull this thing out unless you're ready to use it. Then Hal again is jaded and does party tricks with it.
yeah, I mean, it, shooting the bottle caps off like old
It's
school
like
West.
a do what I say, not what I do.
And GL, what stood out to you in episode 1, um, plot point, characters, or otherwise? Um,
Um, so John, the very first 10 minutes of the show, John's dad, I'm assuming that was his dad,
you know,
it has obviously been training him to not be fearful. Um, I don't understand. I know he's military. Um, almost sounds like his dad has insight into the Green Lanterns and the Lantern Corps ahead of time, and he's
That's what I'm
training
thinking too.
John to eventually take over because he comes in and he, his first question was, "What's his name?" Like, tell me his name. We know that there's a Green Lantern from Earth. What's his name? And just I don't. I know there's going to be more to that. I know they're going to explore his backstory, but I'm just curious to see what his connection is and why he has trained his son from a young age to be the next Lantern. What's he seen? What's he done? What's he witnessed? What does he
Also,
know?
I kind of think I have a theory on this. I hope it's wrong though. I really do, because I don't think I'd like this if this was true. But in the first episode, that is his dad, and he is John Stewart Senior, which could also be a reason why Hal keeps calling John Stewart we have in 2016 Junior. I'm thinking maybe Senior knew Hal, or was supposed to get the ring at some point, or knew about getting the ring, and then he was passed up, and then he's resentful for this. So he's like training his son, because I can't do this. You've got to do this.
Yeah.
Like I said, a theory, but I'm hoping that's not right. But it kind of feels like Senior does know Hal somehow, or the Green Lantern Corps somehow.
Like did the ring come to Senior first, and then it asked him, "Are you afraid?" And he said yes, and then it skipped him and went to the next person, which would have been Hal.
Possibly, yeah.
Uh-oh. See something cooking.
What if John Senior is the Manhunter?
I don't know.
What if he replaced him, a body snatcher situation, and he's trying to get an in?
Maybe.
Oh,
I mean, we'll get into fan theories later if you want.
when we get into episode 2, put a pin in that, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more, because I think some of the trailers have screwed up some things and spoiled some things, I think.
Well,
but we'll get to that when we go to episode.
And I have a pretty big one that I think.
That's what
Mine's
she's
bigger.
Yeah. Okay, let's not compare ring sizes.
You don't even have a ring.
Because my fingers are too big.
Also, OG, shout out to the 2011 Ryan Reynolds movie. I am wearing your ring. You're welcome.
Nice. So what else stood out to you in episode 1? Well, fun. Just John's a vegan. Didn't see that coming. Not really think it makes a difference, but him getting hanky panky with the making grandma.
Yeah. I mean, I was cheering for him, and I was cheering for him until found like she shows up on the farm, and I'm like, what's she doing here? And it's like, oh,
yeah.
And then his little quip about
it's always better
eating
eating off another man's grill.
Another man's grill.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, he knows.
Yeah. Actually, that was probably my favorite scene from episode 1, is when Hal's like, what's going on with that? And then John's like, I think I slept with his wife. You think? Like, and he's like, I did, and he knows. We've only been here 24 hours. Man, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool. I liked that. Again, let's save it for episode 2, but I have a theory on who the Manhunter is.
Yeah.
And so what else? I mean, in episode 1, I mean, I think the biggest thing was the ending, the flash forward 10 years.
Yeah, that pissed me off at first. But
I knew that was going to.
Also,
well, I mean, it pissed me off too.
Also, either it's a red herring, or something's up with it.
Something's going to be set up, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So theory time on that, because when they show back up in 2026, he's sitting in the exact same seat that he was when he was there in 2016, wearing the exact same clothes that he was in 2016, which I guess this Hal may not, have a big variety in wardrobe, but still, I thought it was very weird. Yeah, I thought it was very weird that he was placed in the exact same spot, and maybe the exact same clothes was a tip of the hat to being like somebody extraterrestrial that's not reading in between the lines, like they don't know what school Harry Potter went to, and it's like, oh,
that was funny shit too.
Yeah. That scene was good too. I like that. But also, I don't know if they would be like, it's a gotcha moment. He's not actually dead, and then see this is why I'm actually like, shit, I need more. I need to see episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So to go along with what you said, I did see someone else. So this is not my idea. I do have my own original ideas, but this one's not. One person pointed out that in the car scene before Hal takes his ring off and he hands it to John, like they show close up on his hand, he has a green like ring mark on his finger, even when he takes the ring off.
Okay.
When you zoom in on his hand at the end of the scene where he's supposedly dead and he wipes off, they're like, he wasn't looking for the ring, he was looking for the green around his finger, and there was no green around his finger. But I don't know. That might be a stretch.
Well, uh, I'm not sure if I should save this for the fan theory or wrap it up on season one. My first thought was there could be a lot more scenes in 2026 and future episodes. And Seth, who's William Macon in the comics?
Black Hand.
Could be bringing him back.
Oh shit!
That's
I forgot about that.
he's not Will. I don't think he's William Macon in the comics, but
Yeah.
let's fact check that real quick. But no, I wish as soon as they said William, I'm like, oh, that's. But I think Junior. Again, fan theory. We don't have to even put this in there, but I think Junior, something's going to happen to him, and they are going to set up like a Blackest Night, like at some point.
And that is what that's going to bring me to my
Because didn't he go by Billy?
yeah, something like that. So here's my theory on that. The show is called Lanterns, not Green Lanterns, for a reason. I think it's going to introduce a bunch more lanterns, not just the green ones.
Yeah. So yeah, in the comic books, his name is just William Hand, but Macon could be like his mother's maiden name or something to throw people off or something like that. But no, I'm with you. I think either William Macon Sr. or Billy Macon, one of those two is going to end up as Black Hand.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, names are important in the series, I think, because Sheriff Lady, what's her first name? Carrie?
Yeah.
She's from Gotham.
Yeah.
From Gotham. Her last name is Kane. She was on the phone to somebody saying, say hi to Barb for me. So I think she was talking to Gordon.
Ooh, I didn't catch that.
That was in the first episode. Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
I guess when somebody was walking into the thing, she's on the phone and like she's saying, it's official police business. You know, I can't talk about that. Obviously, talking to somebody that you would think knows the police code and
and this could set up an older Batman too, since it is 10 years ago.
Yeah. Also, too, real quick, with these heroes being older, I don't mind that, but also at the same time, if 2026 the ending of episode 1 is like finite and that's real, I'm gonna be so sad that we don't get to see a Hal Jordan Barry Allen dynamic, because that's really gonna piss me off. Because
I mean, there's still what 6 more episodes?
Yeah, there is, but man, going forward, I would, especially with Kyle Chandler's Hal, I would love that so much.
In Brightest Day,
in Blackest Night,
no evil shall escape my sight.
Let those who worship evil's might
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light.